Hey everyone, After Dark Analysis here. Today's video is going to be a lot looser, a lot less structured. A few of you may have seen what I'm looking at circulating around on Facebook, Twitter, etc. YouTube announced some new policies that are going to result in a lot of creators losing their partnership, meaning they can no longer make money until they reach the new milestones, whether they're making money before or not. So what I'm doing is I compiled all of this from Mr. Black Pasta, Rainbot, and Nightmind all put out calls just saying if you need a push, put your channel here. So this is a compilation of all of that. Today I'm going to kind of do a digital walkthrough just to show you guys what each channel kind of has to offer. I also have a few announcements for creators. If you are not interested in that, feel free to click on the timestamp in the description and just start the walkthrough. Couple of different things I'm trying to put together to at least try and help aside from this video. First off, my comment section for this one's open. Feel free to push your channel there. YouTube's probably going to catch it up in a spam filter, but I'll try and keep an eye on that just to let you guys through if you look like a legit channel. Second, I'm opening up a horror collab. This will be open to any kind of horror channel. It doesn't have to be specifically horror channel, but some kind of bulk of your content needs to be horror related. The channel has to have under 3,000 subs, and I'm not gonna nickel and dime that. If you can reasonably round down to 3,000, you're in, that's fine. You have a time limit of 5 minutes, and I need audio and channel art just sent to me, credit for any music you use, stories, etc. So if you have any further questions, feel free to contact me. All of my social media is open. You don't have to follow me on Twitter or whatever to DM me. Something else I'd also like to point out for any narrators watching that either need help or want to participate, I do have a narration series where I have guest narrators come in and then I do an analysis after their reading. So if you're interested in that, please contact me because it's going to be really different stipulations on that from the collaboration. And last, I'm going to link it below, but it came to my attention that there is a small horror YouTuber Reddit. I'm going to see if there's interest in establishing a Discord for small creators, as well as some kind of community calendar for creators of any size that would like to participate, just to kind of work as an extra means of promotion. Because yeah, the swell of community support's great, but we're gonna need tools past this to try and help promote channels and show what everybody does. That's why I'm doing this walkthrough today, is I do not want this list to become a sub for sub fest. And when I say sub for sub, because there was some confusion with this on Twitter, I mean you sub to somebody because they sub to you and you guys never watch each other's content. You just subscribe to subscribe. It actually, in the long run, hurts your channel because now it looks like you have all these subscribers, but nobody's watching you. And in terms of YouTube, views are what's important. Views help show your channel's legitimate. You're not just getting a whole bunch of sub bots or a whole bunch of people just subscribing to you for no reason. So we're going to start out this category. These are people that have met the 1,000 subscribers criteria, but they have not met the 4,000 hours of watch time needed. The first is Lily C Nation. We're just gonna look through her videos real quick. If you guys see something that grabs you, go check her out. All these creators will be linked in the description. Her most recent one is about cryptids, true creeper encounters from Reddit, some poetry in here. There's some stuff from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. She also has a series about Native American culture. Okay, and this is her description, kind of giving you an idea of what she does, why she does it, when she uploads, stuff like that. Okay, the next up is Morgan Scorpion. There's some Poe there. There's some Lovecraft. I know both of those are huge names with huge fan bases, so hopefully that'll draw somebody's interest. Given her a quick gander, and those are the most recent videos. This is Gothic Librarian. Oh, and one thing I want to point out is, yeah, I'm subbed to these people, but make sure your bell is on. Because when I first started, I assumed, oh, I click subscribe, YouTube's gonna tell me when creators do stuff, because obviously I like that creator. The problem is they've changed it to now you have to click a bell, and sometimes that bell does not stay clicked. and there's a lot of narration. She has kind of an interesting voice that you don't hear often in this community, so if you're a fan of accents, I'd look into the Gothic Librarian. Some people might remember I collabed with her a little bit ago. Welcome to the library, my beloved Gothic bookworms. We have a whole bunch of different ways to contact her. This is exactly what I was talking about. So, bell's rung now. Because I know I have been subscribed to this channel for a while. Alright, so this is that spooky guy. There's some narration in here mixed with some community announcements. This was a guy that was trying to get donations to a Patreon, but was kind of lying about the purpose of it, which no one likes being scammed. So that was kind of a nice community alert. So I'm that spooky guy. I make some of the scariest yet funniest content on YouTube. Be sure to check out my channel series, Scary to Shit, Scariest of YouTube, Wicked Web, How Dangerous Is. So I always ask myself how dangerous something is, so this would be helpful. Okay, now we're going to look at a couple of channels that still need to get to 1,000 subs to hit the new benchmark. They also probably need a little bit of help with watch time, but I can't confirm or deny that with most of them. Alright, the first up, this is Black Eyed Blonde's second channel. So if you're a fan of Black Eyed Blonde and really like her stuff, here's some of her not so horror related stuff. And see, again, my bell's not rung. It's my worst vet experience. So it's like a mixture of story time, looks like there are some unboxings in here, giveaways, and some vlog type stuff. So if you've ever wanted to get closer to Black Eyed Blonde, seems like this would be the way to do it. And not in the creepy stalker way, obviously. Please don't turn this video into somebody being stalked. Oh, actually, it looks like she has hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. Says, you know, she's trying to create it for anyone and everyone. Everyday deals, tips, fashion, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and other links to follow her. Next up is Hotel Room 103. It looks like he's closing in, but he's not quite there yet. See some top 5 videos here, and possibly some narrations. Let's see what he says about himself. Welcome to Room 103, channel dedicated to horror, cartoons, the early 2000s, gothic subculture, and maybe some edge every once in a while. This is Sour Salt. Some of you may know him as Deathly Logic. And again, closing in, just not quite there yet. This was a series, bits done, but now he's adding in more, as you can see from the upload dates. So again, this is kind of the policy that's hurting people like this, that there isn't crazy frequent uploads. There are a lot of channels that make movies and shorts and things like that. They're not going to be making one of those every single week, so they're not getting these crazy amount of subscribers, or at least not getting crazy amounts of views. Some of those channels can hit big and go viral, but it's not all that common. Okay, looks like The Strangest has hit 1,000, and The Strangest kind of talks about different things in mythology. I don't want to say conspiracy theories when it comes to UFOs and like the Loch Ness Monster. No, I guess Loch Ness would be more of a cryptid. Fair amount of variety in the content. Okay, the About section. This is Darkfire Productions. Again, we see closing in on 1,000, just not quite there yet. This is kind of a creepypasta series. Difference in the YouTube horror community. One of the creepypasta episodes, a short horror film series that adapts creepypasta and no sleep stories. Now we move on to Fear Crawler. Again, closing in, just not quite there yet. Looks like they hit 900 not too crazy long ago. At least the thank you video didn't come out crazy long ago. It's like they are doing narrations for horror stories, true encounters. There's some live streams thrown in there, because I know a bunch of you guys dig on people that live stream a lot. Collections. I'm seriously trying to scroll up. It's just not letting me. The About section. scary tales from around the globe, bizarre death, ghost sightings, strange creatures, and more. All creepy and all true. Got a great scary experience you want to share, request, feedback, different ways to contact him if you have a story. And last but not least, we have Spooky Boo, who has also hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. Good for her. Prop Spooky Boo. And moving into her videos, we have different cryptid videos. We have some themed narrations. We also live stream a fair amount. And for anybody seeing this crazy number over here, it's not the 4,000 view hours requirement. We actually have to do the math. This below are channels that aren't necessarily near either threshold, but they are small horror channels that ask for some kind of attention, so that was the compromise. And I thought of when Lord Bite Me Man, because he's the one that sorted this into categories, and I really want to thank him for that. Miss Monster, she's sitting at 520. Again, we're not worried about threshold here. We're just trying to show small horror creators. I absolutely love her Dispatcher series. Being narrations. Okay, I may not be able to scroll much on these because my computer's way slow right now because of all the freaking tabs. Sorry. Canadian Weirdo, giving this narration thing a try. Stay creepy, my friends. Videos out every Sunday and Wednesday. Okay, Necrotic Vampires, sitting in. Just recently did a narration of Cinderella, and I haven't heard a whole lot of YouTubers hitting these kind of old fairy tale, urban legend type narrations, so that is kind of cool. Seeing some creepypastas. They did the Holder series. It's kind of another issue with the change is if YouTube sent notifications and did things the way it was supposed to, I think a lot less people would be as worried because you can get to view times and subscribers and X, Y, and Z, but when somebody thinks somebody hasn't posted in months when they just haven't been getting notifications, they're not really going to suggest, oh, go to this person who posts every once and again. It's not a good selling point. Because as you can see, it's Edge of Night narrations. So, alright, yeah, and this guy is fairly new, so. Small YouTuber, plenty of people behind him saying content's good, I agree. Love narrating horror stories and getting scared. Join the Night Army by subscribing. And there is some tech specs and all of that if you are interested. One thing I don't want people to feel discouraged about starting YouTube channels because of all this. The money, the subscribers, the views, that all comes later. It's focusing on producing quality content that comes first. Honestly, if you ask any, this is how you do YouTube person, they're gonna sit there and tell you subscribers are the last thing you worry about. It's like you worry about quality content, then your views, and then subscribers come after that. Well, yes, search engine optimization and all that are components. You can learn that. There's plenty of it, you got time. See a couple series in here. Some ritual pastas. I know I've seen a bunch of people commenting that they don't see as many ritual pastas and they really miss them. So that's why offering that. I'm sorry, my computer's just like totally frozen, so not scrolling down. Welcome to the channel where dreams become nightmares and social media link. And also given an email if you have any stories that you want to send in. Short, sweet, to the point. Okay, now we're on Spook Scares. Some of you might remember I jumped over to his channel for a minute. We did the Kids Who Kill, the first episode. So we have a variety of different things. We have some true crime, we have some narrations, we have some paranormal experiences. I know Critical Android and I kind of shit all over celebrity ghost stories, but I'm sure his video's better than that series was. Give you guys a sec to read that and check over, see if you are enticed by any of this. Alright, and now we are on Ravens. I believe they're fairly new. or this creator looks appealing to you, get in on the ground floor because only been around about a month. New narrator, Black Magic Witch, affinity for the dead, the creepy, the bizarre. I will be narrating all different types of horror stories. Follow me on Twitter. He follows back, if that is important to you. Okay, who should be up next? It should be the Movie Void. There's a whole bunch of creators I got turned on to during all of this, so if we want to look for a bright side, that's it. You know, the list helped people find people. I've found a whole bunch of people that look really interesting. I'm very slowly trying to check out everybody's content. There we are, the Movie Void. All right. They got their I Hate Sundays series. Different movies they talk about. Well, they don't stay exclusively horror because they disaster artist, Rome. Not really horror, just you know. If you find bad movies terrifying, I'm sure, but you know. But they do cover a decent amount of horror again. Like I said, as long as some decent percentage of your content's horror, I totally count them into this. Nice Break-In 2 reference down here. Because even though the first Break-In did well, everybody remembers the ridiculous name of the second one. Right, so description of kind of what he does, an idea of what he will be doing, but as he points out, will change. So I'll give you guys a second to look over this, and then we will move on to the next one. I'm really excited for this episode, though. I just like to point this one out. Just narrowing that down, there's some good penis mutilation scenes. Okay, we got April Jones. Looks like we've got a mix here between, you know, live streams, poetry, creepy readings, and whatnot. Here is kind of her about and what she's trying to do, and trying to keep YouTube creepy, and what we're all trying to do right now, so any help in that endeavor is more than appreciated. Like, I know there's some people talking about trying to make a horror related YouTube, which would be fantastic. It's getting eyes, the same amount of eyes that YouTube has. And this is Reaper's Horror. Seems to be around 8 months and seems to be mask reviews. Again, this is a problem with the new standard. I'm sure this guy does not have an infinite amount of masks to review, and it's probably a very seasonally affected channel. And to be fair, all horror is. You tend to boom in October, but people are always interested in horror at some point. People getting masks aren't. Like a narration channel with some true stories, because I know some people love just creepypasta, some people love true, some people love a mix of both. I have no preference, so I guess I'm the mix of both. If you're looking for dark, scary, and mysterious stories, then this channel is for you. Videos uploaded weekly. Next up is going to be Nighttime TV Ghost Mummy. It is definitely an interesting name. About 8 months in, we've got ghost stories, we've got ghost videos that are authentic ghost videos, some creepy pastas in here. But there are some original stories, which is nice. It's always nice when you find that narrator that stumbles upon something that no one else has done. Thumbnail game is on point, though. Yeah, everything's nice and unified. Your nightly ritual should always include ghost mummy, creepypastas, and no-sleep tales, all lovingly served by the ghost mummy with a side of terror. Rainier? He's not too crazy far off from 1,000. I know it probably looks like that, but sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It's weird. Growth is sometimes a little hard to predict. Okay, and there's some live streams in here. Narrations, the Dark Disorders series, where he talks about different psychological disorders. So if psychology is an interest to you, he also posts music that he's been working on. So if you're also looking for music, and give you guys a second to absorb what he does. I also know he writes, and he's got a book out. Oh yeah, he mentions that. Sometimes read out horror stories that I've written on occasion. Okay, this is Synthetic Alien. Actual banner says what he does. But as you can see, a lot of SCPs and I know a lot of people are really getting into that, so if you're looking for some SCPs, this is your guy. As it states right on his banner, SCP videos, films, experimental work, horror content. Short, sweet, to the point, some nice graphics as well. FYI, I'm not only an SCP channel, there are other channels out there for that. I just do what I enjoy, which is totally respectable. Plenty of creators do that, where they don't try and box themselves in to just one style of content because it gets boring. Barn Show Productions, they only have one video, which is their trailer. And again, this is part of the issue. This is clearly a creator that is making something bigger and isn't going to release content super often. So it's kind of that weird chicken and the egg thing of, does the YouTube following build into what they're making, or the other way around? Arc Alchemist, 1984 versus 2017. I assume that's a commentary video. Richard Ramirez case file. Some of you might know him as the Night Stalker. There's two Night Stalkers, but he is definitely the one most people reference when they're talking about the Night Stalker. Mixed in with some gameplay in here and some top 10s. I post video game commentaries and walkthroughs, so it looks like they're branching out a little bit into not exclusively gameplay. This is getting annoying, like with the bell ringing. Like if I sub to somebody, of course I want notifications because I freaking sub to them. I want to watch their stuff. Superhero throwback reviews, and I think you can kind of tell what this person does. Okay, No Holds Bars reviewed on movies, games, retro and new, cons and music, which is interesting because I haven't, maybe I'm totally out of the loop, but I haven't really seen a whole lot of con reviewers. You know, it's always weird when you try and go to a con and you don't really know what to expect. Hearts of Horror should be next, assuming Google did what I want it to do. Okay. Most horrifying part in Child's Play. Some entries into some contests. How to Kill a Vampire in the movie Waxwork. That is vital information to have. Anytime I'm in Waxwork, I really need to know how to kill vampires. Next up should be Dark Scholar. Okay, about a month old. Soul Sacrifice. Looks like what they are about. Hello one and all, I am the Dark Scholar. Here we have creepypastas, SCPs, and much more fun for your listening pleasure. Again, here's where you send them all viewer submissions and some social media. That's really important if you're a small creator watching this or considering being a creator. Make sure you're linking to social media because promoting on social media is one of the best ways to get seen. Like, I can't tell you how many channels I've just looked at and like, why aren't you pushing your content here? It's like it would do well. We are now on the Hello Gentleman blooper reels. Got some crappy pasta streams, not creepy pasta. It's, you know, like a creepy pasta, just crappy. And some actual creepy pastas. Oh, and see, Rainier did one of his things, which is awesome. It's always nice to see when creators work together like that. For all the drama, there is some unity in this community. Wow, that was a really terrible rhyme. I'm sorry that happened. I'm trying to make videos to scare you, but the scare factor is debatable. Tech specs, social media links, credit for who did their profile picture and art, which is always nice to see. Again, unity. Some people don't do graphic design, some people don't do X, Y, and Z, so reaching out to another creator who does makes sense. Okay, next up is D. It looks like it's kind of a vlog channel, which is what I'm going to assume because it won't let me scroll down anymore. So I'm gonna go to the about and see if it confirms. Welcome to my channel. I'm a Welsh goth girl. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. And short, sweet, to the point social media links. If you're interested in a Welsh goth vlogger, be's your girl. Okay, next up is that creepy narration. I almost read that as nation for some reason, and that's a really bad, no, not what that said at all. Looks like we've got some gaming live streams and some creepypastas. And I'm going to assume that's kind of it because it won't let me do. I'm so sorry. Okay, this is the official channel for that creepy nation and some Twitter and Twitch links. Alright, you also do have the option to not show your subscriber count, but YouTube keeps denying me the option to ring the frickin' bell. We got some creepy pastas. Well, let me scroll down and see kind of how old this channel is. There you go. Well, actually, that might not be accurate. You might start a channel without actually producing content for a while. It happens all the time. Yeah, so it looks like they write their own stuff and then narrate it, which again takes more time than just narrating something that was already written. There's not better or worse, it's just different and it takes different amounts of time. Our anthology, go to videos. Okay, and looks like they've been around about a week or so. Collection of short, creepy stories, both original and real. There's 2 different narrators. Is them. Looks like Death Should Be Up Next. Very simple title for a horror channel, and that was definitely a sentence I did not think I'd say anytime in the near future. So, good on you. Like a mixture of vlogs and kind of some horror comedy type stuff, which is fun. Just a random guy with your host, Death. Sit back and laugh and enjoy. Post every other Wednesday. Go check out Death in the, not dying way. Lonely Dark Should Be Up Next. Actually, he's not crazy far away from 1,000. The Holder series, Ritual Creepypastas. Seems like the only other channel that I've looked at doing those. Mixture of true and fictional stories. Freaky Faith Reads is now up. And we're saying Rainier's name. Looks like some live streams with some narrations. There's a good bit of you that like the kind of haunted video game or glitched video game subsection in creepypastas, so he's in on that. Some reviews about the Babadook and Trick or Treat. Alright, narrations of all shapes and sizes, come one, come all. 4 series on this channel, including narration, character voicing. I love to voice act, write, and draw. He also has a side channel if you're interested in that as well. This is Spooky Stories for You. Not crazy far off from that 1,000 sub mark. And clicking the frickin' bell again. One day that won't aggravate me anymore, but that day is not anytime soon. Alright, we've got creepypastas and computer freezing. So we're just gonna hop on over to the about for this guy. He has a sec to look over what he does. It looks like uploads are Mondays and Fridays. Okay, Mr. Scarapasta. Got some narration videos. Looks like they went through Ben Drowned in an episodic way. And Candyman, which is an old urban legend. If you've been following the channel for a minute, you know my feelings on that one. Kind of cool to see some older urban legends mixed in. Never gonna complain about that. Second to look over that and see if this is appealing to you. That was Mr. Scary Pasta. Okay, Miss Pink Spooky. Creepypasta narration. Nice cohesive thumbnails. Again, freezing up. I'm sorry. Welcome to my channel. So I've been following the YouTube horror creepypasta community for a while now. Became an instant fan of so many awesome creators. Their scary stories have inspired me to create my own channel. Feel free to like my videos and follow my channel. Let's share a few scares and laughs together. Yeah, that's kind of what most of us want. It's join in. Never understood treating YouTube like a competition. Just because somebody's subbed to me does not mean they can't be subbed to other people. Next up should be Midnight Siren. Well, I'm not wanting to discourage smaller creators with this or anything like that. I'm trying to get as many eyes as I can on them because you get much further without being a jerk. Looks like she is getting close too. Alright, recently covered Dear David, which I know a lot of you have been very interested in. A cool look at Valentine's Day, so looks like a mixture of creepypastas, kind of more current ones as well, and commentary. I am a reader and writer. These are narrations of other famous or unknown creepypastas, fan fiction, legends, and even both. Just getting a start in the world of narration. Hope my skills can add up. I am as well going to start conspiracies and other videos. Looks like she intends to branch off. Again, that's kind of what this is about, is building your skill set. As I said earlier, you know, the money comes later, the views can come later, all of that can come later. Focus on building skill sets and building content. And Cat Webheart, like, it is a vlog with some art stuff kind of mixed in. Just a weird person who loves YouTube. I think that's most of us. Silver Studio. Alright, we've got some creepy pastas. Looks like a heavy game leaning as well. I know intrigues a lot of you, especially the Pokemons. Seems like they are also very into. This is Silver Studios. If you are looking for creepy pastas, game pastas, and poke pastas, you come to the right place. Gaming videos are currently on hiatus though, but that is their upload schedule. Silent Monolith Films should be up. There is Facadic stuff going on here. This is all about like a film company. That was Silent Monolith Films. Okay, next up is Creepskates. Looks like they have a reviews and kind of a horror comedy bend. I know she is a much newer YouTuber. Again, started up 4 days ago. But the channel's intent will be spooks, music, magic, and horror. So if those sound like your things, go check her out. Auntie Creeps is up next. It's not too crazy far off from the 1,000 sub goal. I'm not sure about the watch time goal though. Creepypasta narrations, adding streams in the about section, and I will give you all a moment to read that. If she has kind of a character going for her, a little bit of backstory in here. Kind of glad I'm doing this just for the sheer fact I'm hopefully catching all of the bells that have unrung themselves. Like we have a series here, a different creepypastas. Go to the about section. Give you guys a minute to read all that. Looks like they write as well. Though it is important to note, while he might be a demon, it's a friendly demon. That is Sid if you would like to check him out. Alright, this is Tavern Talk. Like they have a myriad of different things here. Like they're talking about some film tropes, some elements of storytelling, the top thing list. Looks like they have some analysis videos, list videos. And welcome to my channel. I like to analyze games, movies, TV, anime, and whatever else I feel like being pretentious about. If that sounds like your kind of thing, be sure to subscribe to comply with me. So Rachel is up. She's not crazy far off from the 1,000 mark either. Like there's some vlogging type stuff and some horror type stuff. Go to the about section. DIY makeup art. Next up is Nerdy Facts. And they live up to their name. These are facts about things people tend to be nerdy about. Very straightforward, to the point. And there are their social media editing. Alright, this is Dice Rollin'. Actually spoken a couple of times through Trending, which I'll link down below. If you're a newer small creator, it's a nice platform to attempt to promote. So they have been doing like VR horror experiences, review type stuff, creepypasta narrations, list videos, looks like a little bit of everything. Welcome horror fans, I tend to delve into the scary, the creepy, and the weird. I do let's plays of horror games, top 10 lists, in-depth looks at deep web legends, creepypasta narrations, skits, and short films and reviews. So again, a little bit of everything. Trending is a platform where you can kind of post your videos, and it's basically set up to be like a community where, you know, other people give you input and X, Y, and Z. It's a good platform, but I haven't seen a whole crazy amount of horror creators on it. I've seen Dice Rollin', and I've seen Phantom of Darkness, but I haven't really caught anybody else. But then again, I haven't been on a crazy amount. So this is Beside the Dying Fire. So looks like we have some creepypastas. There is a Q&A, some behind the scenes stuff, which can be a lot of fun. Sometimes I think the stuff that I cut out is funnier than the stuff I leave in. 9 times out of 10 it's just me swearing now. Welcome to my channel. I read creepy stories into the microphone and post them online with fun sound effects and music. I also sometimes have mediocre weekend videos. And again, they're asking for story requests if you have something you want them to read. Alright, next up is the Critical Android. If you've been following my channel for any length of time, that name should be familiar to you. Again, this is what I'm talking about when I say it doesn't need to be purely horror, because he does Frasier analysis videos, but he also does Resident Evil playthroughs and has helped me out with some horror content and has some of his own. Again, it's a notable percentage of his stuff is related to horror somehow, but it's not all horror. Home of Critical Android on YouTube, featuring video game playthroughs, reviews, music, film. He does a little bit of everything, because he is one creator that he was actually making some kind of money off of YouTube. Because the way AdSense works is you have to get to 100 and they'll pay you out. And a lot of people is like, well, that's not a lot of money, especially when it collects over months and months and months. But a lot of these creators that were making that money were using it to invest and build their channels. If their 9 to 5 isn't giving them enough money to do that, YouTube was. So that is a problem with this, of the people that were already monetized and are now being stripped. This one is Frightfully Forgotten. They do a lot of horror reviews on movies that they feel haven't really gotten the recognition they deserve. They've also started doing these. They tend to drink beer during their reviews, and Adam is a home brewer, so he started posting up his recipes, which is kind of nice, and I'm super curious about a lot of them. Underrated horror movies you need to see. Frightfully Forgotten aims to bring you relatively spoiler-free horror movie recommendations / retrospectives. Adam and Justin sit down with some drinks and chat about some films that aren't as popular and may have flown under your radar as a fan of the horror genre, so check them out. And I would point out, yeah, they are Canadian, so if you have a thing for Canadian accents, like, these are your guys. You just want to see drunken Canadians talk about horror movies, this is where you go. Stories, Fables, Ghostly Tales, also not crazy far off from 1,000. I may have to look at and reevaluate some of these people just to move them up a little. Really nice cohesive thumbnails. There's definitely a theme here. We've got SCPs, we've got creepypastas. Looks like we have some original content as well. Okay, Stories, Fables, and Ghostly Tales are a podcast and YouTube channel here to bring stories to life. True accounts, cryptids, tales from beyond, you name it. We go through all of it. This support by people like you. So if you like the work, leave a comment, like it, just say hi. And that's, again, important to note. I know people have lives and you don't want to give everybody a thumbs up and you don't want to comment on everybody's video. But when you do, it actually reads to YouTube as like, hey, people are paying attention to this. That's why you can sometimes hear creators say, like, I don't really care if I get a bunch of dislikes, especially when somebody has made it clear they're going to send a bunch of dislikes after them, because it all reads as interaction. This is Cat Wolfgang. Our videos. Looks like we've got some creepypasta narrations here. 6 creepiest voicemails you'll ever hear. I'm Kat. I tell horror stories, new videos every week. You'll never sleep again. We have submissions and social media links. Okay, Toad King Studios is up now. Click on their videos and see what they're about. We got some SCPs going on. Introducing friends to Overwatch. I believe that's a video game. I'm sorry. I'm letting how much of a not gamer I am show. But yeah, I know Halo 5's a game, so yeah. Gameplays and SCPs. And I'll just give you guys a sec with this. Looks like they have several series under their belt, which is nice. That was Toad King Studios. This is Dark Owl Stories. I think we can kind of deduce from the name, but let's go through, kind of look at what style stories they're reading and see if that is interesting to anyone. or not, because my computer has frozen and decided that's all I can look over their stuff. I'm sorry. Sit back, relax, and get ready for stories of the weird, unusual, and unexpected. These stories are great for sharing around the campfire, sleepovers, or just hanging out. New videos every Wednesday and Saturday. That's what Dark Owl Stories offers. This is Quipster Puck, and this is the person that actually reached out to me about the Small Creators Reddit. So I want to give them acknowledgement for that. I would not have known that had they not talked to me. So we've got narration. You get narration. It looks like they do 2 versions of each video with narration only. I'll give you guys an idea of what they're doing over here. Do you like to be scared? Do you enjoy the sweetly frightening sound of what goes bump in the night? Get ready for tales of terror and the macabre, narrated by Quipster Puck. Looks like they post the 13th and the 26th of each month. Alright, Spades of Death, who I believe is fairly new. Yeah, about 2 months old, which is still pretty new. And we've got some SCPs and some creepypasta narrations. Check their about. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I narrate creepy stories from the internet every Friday and a new SCP every Sunday. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to comment or shoot me an email. And we got some social media links. So that is Spades of Death. Next up is the Weird Net, online oddities and creepy curiosities. We are going to be working together soon on a project. Probably going to end up turning into a mini series. I should just stop kidding myself about it. Gonna go through different weird online oddities and gives a breakdown and tries to be pretty fair. The Weird Net, the strange world of online oddities and creepy content. That area of cyberspace you find yourself in at 3 a.m., questioning reality and wishing you hadn't clicked the last link. If Weird Net sounds interesting to you, go check him out. That he will be on this channel in not too crazy long, hopefully. WeirdNet is also very Scottish, if that is appealing to you at all. I have like 3 tabs open and it's still taking for freaking ever. Thank you, Comcast. You're the real MVP here. I might not cut this out because I'm really gonna get sick and tired of cutting out me bitching about how much Comcast sucks. Everybody knows Comcast is terrible. Just terrible. They do stuff about video games, as well as some movie reviews and list videos. Again, YouTube's being a butt. Just gonna go to their about page. Channel for horror. True crime, real stories, fictional stories, anything scary. Movie reviews, game reviews, horror, and more horror is what to expect here. Enjoy. So, if you are all about the horror and the game reviews and the movie reviews, that is where you should be checking out. And last but certainly not least, leave the Lux on. Alright, we've got some creepypastas here and some scary short stories. Let's check out their about, see what they're into. I read horror stories at the worst possible quality because that's the best quality I can give you. Maybe I'll manage to be better in the future. Either way, I hope you're entertained. Always appreciating honesty here. So, again, these are the small channels that either reached out to one of the tweets I saw. I was trying to compile as many retweets as I could. Anybody on here sounded interesting? Go to the description. Their links will be in there. And as I said, channels, feel free to leave your links. If you are interested in the collaboration, reach out to me. Like I said, the limitations are under 5 minutes and under 3,000 subscribers for your channel. Anyway, as always, if you like what you're seeing, please hit like, comment, subscribe. I will not probably be doing a video like this again. I'm hoping this is kind of a one-off thing. And if you don't like what you're hearing or seeing or whatever, well, it probably won't repeat, but I guess you could leave a comment. Anyway, thank you. Bye. Gonna keep going. Gonna keep moving. Hopefully the internet sucks less each time I close a tab. One day I'm gonna put this in a blooper reel. And people are gonna get happy that I sung because they wanted it for some reason.